You're probably losing 10, 15 hours every week to boring, repetitive digital chores, rewriting emails, taking meeting notes, digging through documents, reformatting text, planning your week. None of that is what you're actually paid for. In this video, I'm going to show you an AI productivity stack that can realistically win you those 10 hours back without needing to be a coder or a tech wizard. We'll cover specific tools, exact use cases, and how they connect into one smooth workflow. By the end, you'll have a plug-and-play system you can set up in a weekend, AI for capturing ideas, automating email, summarizing meetings, drafting content, organizing your knowledge, and even planning your day. Think of it as upgrading your brain with a team of invisible digital assistants working 24/7. If you've tried random AI apps and bounced off, stick around. This is about building one coherent, reliable stack that actually fits how you work. Here's what we're doing in this video. We'll walk step by step through an AI productivity stack designed to save around 10 hours a week for a typical knowledge worker or creator. Not theoretical, real workflows I and others actually use. We'll move from capture to processing to execution, tools for notes and ideas, email triage, meetings, content drafting, automation, and personal knowledge management. I'll tell you when to use a free tool when a paid one is worth it, and how to avoid the common traps that make AI feel like extra work instead of a time saver. If you care about deep work, less context switching, and not drowning in digital noise, this is for you. And if you want more videos that cut through the fluff and show real setups, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. It helps a lot. Also, watch through to the end. The final segment pulls everything into a simple implementation plan. Let's start with the foundation, a central place where every idea, task, and reference lands. Without this, your AI tools just create more chaos. Pick one primary workspace, Notion, Obsidian, or even a well-structured Google Drive folder with a task manager like Todoist. I'll use Notion as the example because Notion AI is now built-in and powerful. Create 3 core databases or sections: tasks, notes, and resources. Tasks are actions, notes are meeting notes and ideas, resources are long-term references like articles and PDFs. The goal: anything that enters your world has a clear home. Now add AI. In Notion, use AI to summarize messy notes into clean action lists and highlight decisions. In Obsidian, pair it with an AI plugin or external assistant to generate summaries and links. Once capture is centralized, every other AI tool can feed into this hub instead of scattering your work across 10 different apps. Next, your core reasoning engine, a general-purpose AI assistant like ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini. Think of this as your primary thinking partner, not just a chat toy. Here's how to make it actually useful. First, define a default persona. For example, you are my productivity and writing assistant. Your job is to clarify my thinking, structure information, and propose efficient workflows. Save that as a system prompt or starter message. Second, create reusable prompts for frequent tasks. Rewriting emails in my voice, turning bullet notes into structured documents, generating project plans, or challenging my assumptions. Keep a small library of these in your Notes app or pinned messages. Third, always give context. Paste your goal, audience constraints, and examples of past work. The more context you provide, the less editing you'll do. Used this way, your AI assistant becomes a multiplier on your own thinking, not just a novelty. Email is where most people quietly lose hours. AI can't delete all your messages, but it can dramatically cut processing time. If you're on Gmail, combine filters, labels, and an AI assistant. Use filters to auto-label newsletters, promotions, and transactional emails. Those should skip your main inbox. Then, once or twice a day, use an AI tool like ChatGPT with an email plugin or a service like Shortwave or Superhuman-style AI to summarize your inbox. The workflow: archive anything non-essential in bulk. Then, for what's left, ask AI to draft replies in your tone. Give it 2 to 3 examples of past emails so it learns your style. Your job becomes approving, and lightly editing, not writing from scratch. Aim to process email in 2 20-minute AI-assisted blocks per day instead of constant checking. That alone can reclaim 1 to 2 hours daily in reduced context switching. Meetings are another massive time sink, especially the note-taking and follow-up. The goal is simple. Show up, be present, let AI handle recording, transcription, and first draft notes. Use tools like Otter, Fireflies, Fathom, or built-in meeting bots in Zoom or Teams. Configure them to automatically join your recurring calls or record when you press a button. After each meeting, you want a concise summary, decisions made, and clear action items with owners and deadlines. Then, connect this to your workspace. Either use native integrations or automation tools like Zapier Make so that action items become tasks in your task database and summaries get stored under notes. This turns meetings into structured outputs instead of vague memories. You stop frantically typing notes and start listening, asking better questions, and making decisions, while AI handles the documentation and follow-up scaffolding for you. Now, let's plug the gaps with automation, the invisible glue that moves information between tools so you don't have to. Use Zapier, Make, or N8N as your automation layer. Start with 3 high-leverage automations. First, when a meeting summary is created, send key action items into your task manager with due dates. Second, when you star or label an important email, create a follow-up task automatically. Third, when you save an article to a read later app like Readwise Reader, send the highlight summary into your notes database. The principle is, every time you copy-paste something between apps more than twice, ask, could this be automated? Often the answer is yes. Keep automation small and robust. Avoid building a fragile Rube Goldberg machine. Over a week, these tiny time savers add up, saving you minutes per task and hours across projects while also reducing mental load. Content creation. Reports, blog posts, slide decks, scripts can easily swallow days. AI won't replace your voice, but it can drastically compress the messy middle. Here's a simple workflow. Step 1. Brain dump your raw ideas in bullets or voice notes. Step 2. Feed that into your AI assistant and ask for 2-3 structured outlines targeted to your audience and goal. Step 3. Pick one outline, then iterate section by section. Have AI expand, you edit, repeat. For decks, use tools like Tome, Gamma, or PowerPoint's AI to suggest slide structures from your outline. Focus your time on refining arguments, stories, and data, not formatting boxes. The key is to treat AI as a junior collaborator. It drafts, you critique. Never publish raw AI output. Use it to accelerate you to a strong second draft much faster than starting from a blank page ever could. Research is another area where you can save serious hours by pairing search with AI summarization. Use tools like Perplexity, Elicit, or Lexis-style AI search instead of only Googling. Start with a clear research question. What are the top 3 evidence-backed strategies for reducing meeting overload in knowledge work? Ask AI search for sources, not just answers, and request citations and links. Then, for longer PDFs, reports, or documentation, use tools like ChatGPT with file uploads, or specialized readers like Readwise to extract key points. Ask for main claims, supporting evidence, limitations, and how this compares to alternatives. Finally, store distilled insights in your resources database with tags like topic, project, and date, plus an AI-generated summary in your own words. That makes the research reusable later instead of disappearing into your downloads folder forever. To keep from drowning in all this information, you need AI-assisted personal knowledge management, your second brain. Tools like Obsidian, Notion, or Tana combined with AI can help you turn scattered notes into a navigable knowledge graph. The workflow. Capture quickly, then periodically curate with AI. Once a week, run an AI cleanup session. Ask it to find duplicate notes, suggest better titles, group related ideas, and surface connections you've missed. For example, Show me links between my notes on deep work, calendar design, and meeting policies. Use AI to generate brief summaries at the top of important notes. What this is, why it matters, when to revisit it. Over time, your system becomes more searchable and more valuable. This is where compound interest kicks in. Every project becomes raw material the AI can remix for future work, talks, articles, proposals, saving hours of rediscovery and rethinking. All this AI power is useless if your calendar is chaos. Let's use AI to protect deep work and reduce decision fatigue. First, define your ideal week. Blocks for deep work, shallow work, email, meetings, and admin. Then, use a smart scheduling tool like Motion, Reclaim, or Sunsama, combined with AI to automatically place tasks into time blocks based on priority and deadlines. Your job becomes feeding the system high-quality tasks with estimates. AI can help estimate durations and break large tasks into smaller chunks. Each morning, quickly review your AI-generated plan. Adjust where needed, but avoid rebuilding from scratch. Also, use AI to reflect. At the end of the week, export your calendar and ask your assistant, where did my time actually go versus my plan? Let it highlight patterns. Too many reactive meetings, not enough deep work, and propose adjustments for next week. One hidden time drain is decisions and micro-planning. What to do first, how to respond to tricky requests, how to structure a project. Here, AI can act as a fast decision support system. For any non-trivial decision, give AI the context and ask for pros, cons, risks, and a recommendation. Example: I have 6 hours this week for learning. Given my goals, should I focus on Python, advanced Excel, or presentation skills? Ask it to reason step by step and challenge your biases. For projects, ask AI to create phased plans, milestones, deliverables, dependencies, then plug those into your task manager and calendar. The aim isn't to let AI decide your life, but to offload the first 70% of the analysis so you can focus on judgment and execution. Fewer stuck moments, faster forward motion. That's a quiet but powerful source of time savings. Before we wrap, let's address the human side: boundaries and avoiding AI-induced chaos. First, limit new tools. Start with one AI assistant, one workspace, one automation tool, and maybe one meeting or email helper. Add others only when a clear pain point appears. Second, create AI hours instead of constant tinkering. For example, 30 minutes twice a week to improve prompts, refine automations, or reorganize notes. The rest of the time, just work the system. Third, set ethics and privacy rules for yourself and your team. What data you're comfortable sharing with cloud AIs, what stays local, and where human review is mandatory. The goal of this stack isn't to turn you into a robot, it's to create space for deep, meaningful work and actual rest by letting the machines handle the boring, repeatable parts. Let's zoom out and connect the dots into a clear picture of your AI productivity stack. At the base, you have a central workspace, Notion, Obsidian, or similar, where tasks, notes, and resources live. Feeding into that is your general-purpose AI assistant, your thinking engine for drafting, planning, and refining. On the input side, AI-powered email triage and meeting assistants drastically cut the time you spend processing communication, while automation tools silently move information into the right places. For creation and execution, you use AI to outline, draft, and refine content, to research and summarize sources, to structure projects and break them into tasks. Personal knowledge management and weekly cleanup sessions turn your history of work into reusable assets. Finally, AI-assisted calendar and decision support help you protect deep work and trade random busyness for intentional focus. Together, this stack can realistically free up 10 hours a week if you actually implement it. Now it's time to turn this from theory into a real upgrade to your work week. Here's a simple action plan. This weekend, pick your core workspace and set up the 3 databases: Tasks, notes, resources. Next, choose one AI assistant and write a default persona plus 3 reusable prompts. Then, set up just 2 helpers, an AI meeting assistant and one automation, like turning starred emails into tasks. Run that for 1 week. At the end, review. How much time did you save? Where did friction remain? And which workflow felt most powerful? Use AI itself to help you analyze your week and suggest the next 2 improvements. If you want more practical tool-by-tool breakdowns and real-world workflow demos, subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the follow-ups. Comment with the one AI tool you're going to set up first, and I'll reply with a few prompt ideas tailored to that choice.